So today we're looking at what you can do if your business is failing. So maybe you've identified that things are going bad, or maybe you've had a tap on the shoulder, so the ATO has given you a garnishee notice, or one of your creditors has started proceedings. So the identification process is often hard for business owners, and it's one that we highly recommend that you don't take lightly. The first question we always get asked is, well, can I borrow some money to deal with the problem? And sometimes that's the solution, but oftentimes it just creates a bigger problem. If the business can't sustain itself, borrowing more money and putting it into it may not be the outcome, and it may not give you any further relief. In fact, it may be more difficult if you go and borrow some money and put up more assets as security. So what should you be looking for? Well, as a business owner, the first question you always need to ask is your business profitable? Is there more income than expenses? And if there's not, then why are the doors open? Are things just about to turn around? Or have you been floating for a long period of time and treading water isn't going to work for you anymore? We had recent experience with an accommodation provider in the Bowen Basin where his view of it was there was always going to be an investor to come in and bail him out. Now, unfortunately, he believed this for 5 years, and during that time, his turnover went from $95,000 a week. In the last week he was there, it was $750. But during that whole period of time, he honestly believed that someone was going to come along and bail him out. So as a business owner, if you are saying, well, tomorrow it's going to turn around, there needs to be a basis for it. And our fellow in the Bowen Basin honestly believed it, but had no basis for that assumption. And when it didn't materialise, he was almost shocked. So what should I be looking for? You should be looking for an outcome, a practical outcome, whatever that happens to be. Now, if the business might be profitable with lower costs, then we need to talk to your suppliers, to your creditors, to your landlord, and see if we can strike a deal to improve the profitability of the business. The question we get asked is, how should I communicate to people? Well, your staff are the most important. They're not stupid and they know what's going on. If things are tough, you need to be talking to your staff, especially if you need to let someone go or you need to change things, say moving them from full-time to part-time. Because remember, they're relying on you for a job. So if you just walk in one day and say everyone's sacked, you create a lot of bad will. And if you need help, your staff are going to be less likely to help you if they don't know what's going on. So we suggest that you're honest with your staff, you communicate with them, you bring them along for the journey, because at the end of the day, they're the ones who are also going to be in there with you. And how do you talk to your customers? Well, oftentimes customers know what's going on. They can see things are a little bit tougher. So talk to them. See what they're happy, see what they're unhappy about. Now, it might be that a part of your business is not working, and they'll tell you that. If you're in, say, an accommodation business, it might be that the rooms need a clean. It might be that the prices are too high. There could be a number of variables, and if you talk to your customers, you can find out what's going on in your business. What about your suppliers? Well, a lot of suppliers are in the same position as you. If you fall over, they lose a customer, they lose money. A lot of suppliers will work with you in order to ensure that you survive or that your business is profitable. Because both of you win. If you're making money, they're making money. So you need to talk to your suppliers and you need to talk to them early. Now, if you need additional terms, hopefully you can talk to your suppliers if you've been honest and get some concessions, or maybe get different pricing, or maybe get different timetables to pay money back. What about your financiers? This can be a difficult one for a lot of businesses where they're scared to go and talk to the bank about what's going on. One thing I often say to people is, remember who you bank with. Your bank knows how much money is going into your account, who's paying, who's not. And if your turnover is dropping, but you're telling the bank that everything is running well, you lose all credibility. So we always recommend that when you're talking to the bank, you're honest. You tell them what's happening inside your business. You tell them what things are going on. You tell them what issues you face. Because if you don't, chances are they already know them. So if you've got serious problems in your business, what information should you be gathering? Well, the most important is to have your books and records up to date. You need to know what your financial position is. You need to know what your books look like. You need to know if you're profitable. You need to know what aspects of your business need work. One thing that we do is we come in and we have a look at your overall financial picture. We look at your expenses, we see where changes can be made, but we also look at your revenue. We see why things are changing, where the opportunities are, and where you need to take some steps in order to improve things. So what help is available? We're always here to help, and we're happy to walk you through any process. But equally, you can talk to your financiers. A lot of banks have resources for businesses in trouble. There's also a lot of materials available online. Have a look through, have a look at budgeting software. Even your bookkeeping software can help you out. So MYOB and Xero have extensive budgeting tools and extensive resources available for businesses to understand what's going on. So please give us a call on 1300 023 782. We'd be happy to have a chat to you.